Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're just going to have a little chat about Valerian and Alea, a Adeptus Custodi shield captain and a Sister of Silence, the models, in fact, for the Black Library celebration. They're going to be available soon, and their datasheet was floating around today, yesterday, I think it was yesterday it surfaced, and they're fine. They're fine. I'll put a link in the description so you can take a look, but essentially it's an Adeptus Custodi shield captain and a Sister of Silence. The captain has got an ability that lets him reroll damage, hit or wound once per battle, and a slightly stronger shooty pointy stick, and that's pretty much it. Nothing magnificently different, but fine. The points costs were weird because it suggested that it was 188 points per model, which is mental. That would put them both, fielding them together would make them 376 points, which would be mad, absolutely mad. It would not worth it at all. But I think that's probably a typo, an error. I think it's probably 188 points for both of them. That would make far more sense. The biggest issue is the fact that you have to field them together. They are a unit. They are a singular unit that you place at deployment at the same time, but you can place them separately, and from that point on, they operate independently. So they are a unit, but their Talons of the Emperor ability that they get means that they do not need to be set up in unit coherency, and each model is treated as separate. So that's fine. But the biggest issue, and one that is acknowledged in the Warhammer community article itself, is the fact that, well, they broke Battleforged. That was the main issue, because of course, in an attempt to stop some of that soup that was so rife at the start of 8th, if you only have the Imperium keyword in common, then you can't be part of a Battleforged force. Technically you couldn't field them together, even though they're a unit, and you can only take them as a unit. You cannot take them separately, they are only a unit. You can't have Valerian by himself or Alea by herself, you've got to have both of them, which made that aspect kind of bad. And in fact, as I say, it is acknowledged right here. If you're up to speed with the latest rules developments in Chapter Approved 2019, you'll notice that by only having the Imperium faction keyword on their combined datasheet, Valerian and Alea cannot currently join an Adeptus Custodes detachment without the latter losing their Battle-Forged bonus. Bad times. However, you need not worry, for it won't be long before both factions will be able to fight as one once more when the Talons of the Emperor join the epic battles of the Psychic Awakening. Finally! Okay, so, originally Adeptus Custodes and Sisters of Silence had a shared codex in the former Talons of the Emperor, and then Custodes got their own codex, and Sisters of Silence got, I believe the phrase is, approximately fuck all. Finally, they are rectifying that and fixing it. Now, it says the epic battles of the Psychic Awakening. We know that there's another Adeptus Custodes book on the way. Whether this will be a simultaneous codex release alongside a Psychic Awakening book, I don't know. That would be... no, maybe that would be a bit too much. Maybe it'll take up a different release slot, I'm not sure. Either way, finally, the Sisters of Silence and the Adeptus Custodes are actually getting rule support properly, where they will be merged into what seems like a singular fighting force. Thank God for that. The Sisters of Silence they were introduced, and it was so great, and it was so cool, and they're such a cool faction, and then they promptly just got shafted massively, to the point where the most attention they've had is, I think, this model, and the White Dwarf Index that they got. And that's it. That's all they've really got. If they are properly joined together again with the Adeptus Custodes, I'm assuming there will be an in-universe, a canon story, lore reason for them finally joining up and joining forces again once more, properly, maybe following the example of Valerian and Alea themselves, who knows. In a way, it doesn't matter. In a way, it does not matter at all. What actually matters is the fact that they might actually get to fight together properly as a single force, and that will be... they shouldn't have been separated in the first place, because it left Sisters of Silence out in the middle of nowhere doing naff all. It put them in essentially the Sisters of Battle position, just as the Sisters of Battle were actually getting all of their stuff back. The fact that they are going to be part of that again is unquestionably good. They might actually get some attention now, they might get a bit of care and love, and I'm happy about it. Genuinely happy about it, because it shouldn't have been something that changed in the first place. It's being rectified. It's a bit late, but it's happening nonetheless, which is better than it not happening at all. So currently, it doesn't make any sense, the fact they only share the Imperium faction keywords, and so a single unit, and it mangles your force up. But it's going to be fixed with the release of whichever Psychic Awakening book they are in. I don't think it's going to be Saga of the Beast. It'll probably be Engine War. Probably one after that. I'm probably going to wait a while, maybe. Depends entirely on what the context is. Whether it's a book, or whether it is like a Psychic Awakening book, or whether it's an Adeptus Custodes codex that actually folds Sisters of Silence into it. Please just do that. Please do that. Go on. Do that. They haven't got enough stuff to have their own codex. You're not going to give them that, so give them that. That'd be good. So there you go. Talons of the Emperor on its way back. It's happening again, thankfully. And the weird discrepancy on that data sheet won't matter too much. Well, it'll matter for a little bit, but then hopefully that particular entry will come sooner rather than later. But we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Either way, good news. Actually good news. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Excited for Talons of the Emperor actually being a thing again, instead of just being randomly shut down a while ago and now having to fix it. Is it one of those things that is long overdue to be rectified? Should it have not changed in the first place? Or did you think it made sense to change it? Because I don't, frankly, but that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, affiliate link in the description. You can buy stuff using it. I get something for sending you to Element Games. Some of it goes to charity. It's a nice way to support the channel without having to spend any extra effort, really, because you're going to buy it all anyway, won't you? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.